Most of our stress in life comes from one type of thoughts, and those are psychological thoughts. And many of us don't realize that's happening. In our mind, we actually experience different kinds of thoughts. One type is practical thoughts. For example, I need to get gas. I should call my dentist to schedule a cleaning. I need to pick up my child from school. These thoughts are simple and functional. They appear, you take action, and then they disappear. They're not repetitive. They're not heavy. They don't weigh on your chest. They don't make you feel bad about yourself. And they don't stress you out. They simply help you navigate daily life. There's another category of thoughts, and those are psychological thoughts. Psychological thoughts tend to be repetitive, emotionally heavy, stressful, sometimes come across as self critical, worrying about the future, or replaying the past. Examples might be thoughts like something is going to go wrong, or I am not good enough, or what if this doesn't work out? What if I fail? Why did I say that yesterday? These thoughts don't actually solve anything. They just keep looping in the mind. Psychological thoughts are like waves in the ocean. They naturally rise from the energetic field of feelings within us. Then they mix with our personal history, our personality, our current situation, and they give you messages. At the same time, they seem to be appear in the same place as the practical thoughts appear from. And so we often don't distinguish them. We simply believe them. We assume, oh, this is real. This is my reality. This is something I have to deal with now or later. But in many cases, those thoughts are simply just nothing but waves that's passing through our mind. And this is why awareness is so important. Instead of being pulled into the wave, when we are aware, we begin to observe them and imagine standing on the shore, watching the ocean waves rise and fall. But you don't jump into it. You don't jump into every wave. But when we're unconscious, this is exactly what happens. Every thought pulls us into the water, into the struggle, the overwhelm, the struggling, trying to breathe. Awareness allows us to step out of the water and to observe the waves. Instead, this is also what Eckhart Tolle teaches in The Power of Now. The present moment is the only reality. When we are truly present, we can become the observer of the mind. We begin to see thoughts rising and falling instead of being controlled by them. This matters tremendously because spirit created the mind creates the body, and life experiences, the body and our life circumstances are expressions of the totality of our thoughts, conscious and subconscious. They create things. Many people call this the law of manifestation. When we are unconscious, psychological thoughts can run our lives. Actually, they do. But once we become aware, we begin observing our thoughts, something very powerful happens. We gain freedom to decide whether to believe a thought or simply let it pass. Most people have habitual patterns when dealing with psychological thoughts. We can call that tendencies. We tend to believe immediately, or we allow them to direct our decisions and actions. We allow ourselves to be controlled by them, or intimidated by them, or seduced by them, persuaded by them, convinced by them. Sometimes we believe that, oh, if I don't listen to those worrisome thoughts, something bad will happen to me. Like that worrying is protecting me. But the opposite is true because constant worry attracts more things to worry about. True safety and happiness comes from directing the mind towards what we truly want. peace, joy, financial abundance. To live this way, we have to release the habitual tendency of believing, pulling towards those negative thoughts. Releasing the tendency is very powerful. You're actually releasing thousands of layers of negativity underneath them. People ask me, how do I release? The best way I can describe is this. It's like somebody who is trying to explain to someone who never had an orange, what does an orange taste like? I can describe it, but to truly understand it, you have to experience it yourself. Releasing is intimate and experiential process. And it's very simple too. It's very effective. It is important, at least in the beginning, to have in-person guidance. If what I said resonates with you, you're more than welcome to check my website and book a private session with me. I would love to take you through the releasing process. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine, but at least catch the psychological negative thoughts and ask yourself, what's the direct opposite of that? And then hold in mind, what is the direct opposite of those thoughts that's making you feel worrisome or stressed out? And then by holding on to and repeating the positive thoughts, then it has to manifest, because that's the only function, only purpose of having a mind. We created a mind to create a life that's abundance and fulfilling. I hope this helped you, and I send you much love.